Life is not just about one subject. And let's talk about that a little bit. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jimmy Rants. You know, I can understand whenever people stumble into my channel and then you watch one, video and it's about this, and then you watch another video and it's about something totally different. And you don't know, well, what in the hell kind of genre is this? What is this guy's niche? I don't have a niche and I don't want a niche because I'm the kind of guy that I can't get on here and every day talk to you about one thing over and over and over and over. I can't do it. Life is just not built that way. At least it's not for me. Life is very complicated. And I like to talk about some of these complications. I woke up this morning and I just opened my eyes. So I grabbed my cell phone like an idiot. I shouldn't do that. And so I went to the comment section. And one gentleman said something that was fair. He wasn't being rude. He was being, I guess, kind. And I'm not talking bad about the guy. I'm glad he's here. And he kind of said, well, I tuned into one of my older videos, and you were talking about prepping, and it was really good. But I don't know what the hell's going on now, and I'm thinking, all you got to do, people, look, this is real simple. You go to my description on my main page. It'll be a description there. That description will tell you what this channel is about. Why do I have to be one genre? Is that what you people want? You want like a one-track thing? Look, guys, let me grab my pen. I got to fidget. Well, I'm not a prepping channel, okay? I think I've made, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3. I've mentioned prepping videos on my channel since I restarted my channel back 5 months ago. 14 years ago, I talked about almost nothing but either 2 things, RVing and prepping. That was my genre. Well, I did that, for a hell of a lot of years. And I got to thinking one day, aren't people smart enough, at least in the genre of prepping? Why do people need to be told every stinking day what they need? If you don't know by now in the 21st century that if an emergency should pop up at your house, no matter what the emergency is, that you need to have some water. 3 days without water and you're a dead bastard. What's so hard about that? You need food. You gotta eat, huh? You run out of food, you're in trouble. They say that 3 weeks without food, you're dead. I'll tell you what, if you're a diabetic like me, you ain't gonna last no 3 weeks. I'll tell you that. You'll be dead much quicker. If you have an emergency where a security issue where somebody is trying to harm you or your family or your property, brain says, I better have some protection so I can protect my family, protect myself. So what do I need to do about that? Well, maybe I should get a firearm. Kind of level out the playing field if somebody breaks into your house. Well, you can blow their ass away. That's what you do. Why do you need to be told over and over and over that that's what you need? Oh, you have a child and they cut their finger. Well, hey, I guess I need a first aid kit, don't I? I need to be able to take care of that. What's so hard about that? You need to be told that you need some Band-Aids and some gauze. You need some communication. You know what I mean? Like you need a way to communicate, whether it's walkie-talkies or have some kind of shortwave system, a radio, you can kind of get some information, if something happens to keep you informed. Why do you need to be told this every day by some stinking doom and gloom prepping channel that don't give 2 shits about you? He only cares if you show up every day so he can make money, take money out of your wallet and put it into his. Why do you people need to be told every day? I sound angry. But you know, it really does get frustrating that these stupid prepping channels, and they are stupid, because people, you got to use your own brain. Take some personal responsibility for once. Why do you got to be led around by, oh, I need some water, Jimmy? Come on, man. Again, I'm not a prepping channel. Life's not about one thing, and it's not going to be about prepping. I can't talk about that shit every day. Hey, man, you need some Band-Aids. No shit. I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I'm a ranting channel too. I talk about personal stories, things that affect my life. You know, I talk about life experiences that I've had. They're not all good, so I share them. If you don't like to hear them, then get your ass out of here. Go to your little doom and gloom prepper channels and be told for the billionth time that you need water purification or something. Good God, man, what's wrong with you people? I observe society and I like to talk about it, you know? Sometimes I like to have fun. I like as a hobby. For you new people, I guess you new people go, man, what the hell is this guy about? I'm just a regular guy, man. I'm just a small time YouTube channel that I'm 71. I'm almost 72 years old. I'm retired. I'm a widower. I'm experiencing being alone for the first time basically in my life. I've got about 50 years of marriage under my belt. Now all of a sudden I find myself alone and I'm trying to figure out, well, what do I do with my life? So I talk about real thoughts that I have about this. I talk about, well, what's it like to be alone? How do I deal with this aloneness? That's what I kind of talk about, stuff like that. I talk about everyday issues. I talk about things that I'm passionate about. This channel is a little bit of everything. I don't really have a genre. Life is my genre. I talk about life. And if I don't fit into YouTube's algorithm, I don't give a shit. You really want to come here every day? You need water, you need food, you need guns and ammo and first aid. You need water purification, and you need a ham radio and communications. You need shelter. Is that what you need? Are you people that dense that you got to be told? So go to one of your favorite doom and gloom prepper prophet channels, who every time these idiots say something's going to happen, it never does. Do you notice that? Oh, the sky is falling, but it never does. Here we are. I've been involved in this prepping crap really since 1969, if you want to really know the truth about it. That's whenever I kind of learned, hey, I need to learn how to be self-reliant, self-sufficient. The government ain't going to be there just to rush in and take care of my personal needs. My family and I are going to have to take care of our personal needs. And I didn't have YouTube to tell me that I need water and food and a Band-Aid. How's that for a little rant? You guys like drama and a rant? What'd somebody say the other day about me online? Oh, he's just miserable. Well, don't worry about what I am. My misery is a lot better than your stinking existing life. Anyway, that's another subject. I don't want to get in there. Shifting gears, I digress, as I believe some people say. Somebody on here was very nice and sweet. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. But you asked me if I would talk about like RVs. And what did my wife and I do? Where did you go? How long did you stay? How did you sell your RV? They want to know that. Well, first of all, I can say that, I'll just say this. I had two RVs. Bobbie and I had two RVs. We bought a fifth wheel. It was a Sabre. And it was a 2017. And I had an Arctic Fox 1140 truck camper. This thing was a beast. And we kept it. I couldn't keep it here at my house because the HOA wouldn't allow it. No, I get it. You know, I live in an area with an HOA. It's a reasonable HOA. I mean, they don't want this nice subdivision that I live in. They don't want people, you know, rototilling and plowing and bringing mules and shit in the backyard to have, gardens, and out in the front. They don't want to have 35 cars jacked up with weeds growing over it. That's not the kind of neighborhood I live in, and that's all right. So what I had to do is I had to go to this place called a storage facility, a storage yard, and I paid every month to store the 2 RVs. Well, when my wife passed away, there was no way emotionally I could even think about getting into these 2 RVs that my wife and I had so much memories and so much fun in, and go camping all over the place. I couldn't do it. So I was talking to the owner of the storage facility, and I told him, I don't think I can do this anymore, at least not right now. I'm thinking about selling my RVs. And immediately he popped up and said, Jim, you want to sell them? But yeah, I do. I really want to get rid of these things. I can't deal with it. I psychologically and emotionally, I can't deal with this right now. I don't think I could ever go RVing again in these 2 RVs. He said, I'll buy them. And I thought, okay, let's talk. Let's talk money. So we talked money, and I thought it was a fair price, what he offered for both RVs, not one, but 2. It wasn't really a fair price. I guess I gave them away, but at the time I didn't give a damn. I was in a very emotional state with my wife just passing away, so I sold them to him. He's a nice man, and I got a pretty good price for both of them. I'm not really going to complain. I didn't have to accept the offer, but I did. But as far as what my wife and I did, and I know that some of you are curious about my wife and I and what we did, I'm just not there. It's still, even though it's been over 7 months, it's still too fresh and, emotionally for me to talk about the way we frolicked and ran in the grass and held hands on the beach, and I can't do it. Not yet. You know what I mean? It's too fresh. I can't do it. You see, I accidentally love my wife passionately. And it's just something I can't talk about just yet. So I hope you understand. So I'm not trying to be rude when I say I can't talk about that right now. Maybe in the future I can. I can just tell you this. We had a wonderful time. We traveled to a lot of state parks. We traveled to a lot of national parks. We did some boondocking. We traveled all over the western United States mostly. That's what we did. That's about all I can say about it. Well, anyway, I wanted to address, guys, look, if you want to know what kind of channel I am, all you got to do is just go read my description. It'll clearly explain what this channel is all about. If you want prepping, I suggest you go to a prepping channel. If you want to learn how to do the, line dance, we'll go to some line dance channel. I don't know. If you want to learn about finance, go to a finance channel. And if you like to play Halloween every day and talk about ghillie suits and shit like that, we'll go to one of these crazy head prepper channels. I just don't understand why you guys need to be told every day, every stinking day, what you need. And then you got to pull your wallet out and buy their gear. You don't. Just go down to your own store and your local store and buy whatever you need, whatever you regularly do in life. Whatever you eat in regular life or whatever you drink in regular life, that's what you need to have a little extra. Just have a little extra in case something happens. That's all. Have a little money put back. Oh, and be sure to get gold and silver. Because whenever the crap hits the roof and you holding all this gold and silver and you want to sell it, but guess what? The coin shops don't want to pay you. Let's say that you buy something for $50 an ounce. Well, you go in there. Well, all of a sudden, they don't want to give you $50 an ounce. I'll give you 25. They'll ream you to death, man. Anyway, do whatever you want to do, guys. I got a split. I do thank you for being here. Oh, one other thing. Let me cough. Get it over with. Clear my throat. I don't know when. I'm trying to talk myself into, I still feel angry, but I'm not angry, but I am kind of frustrated, and I don't know why. I guess when I woke up and I started reading some of the comments, I lost a few subs, and sometimes YouTube comes and cleans out the bot. So if your sub count goes out or goes down a little bit, it don't mean that you've done anything wrong. YouTube may be cleaning a cesspool out, a little bit. And some people do say, "To hell with you, Jimmy," and they leave, and that's okay. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Where are we at here? I can't even see 15 minutes. Who cares? All right, this is going to be stupid. We'll see how this goes. I am trying to talk myself. I don't know if I'm trying to talk myself into this, but I'm trying to get into a position to where I can get back to my hobby, which is building kind of miniature villages, Christmas villages, and I like to build carnivals. The carnival rides that actually move with people and food courts. It is a fun thing to do. It's colorful and it's pretty. I like to build spooky towns, spooky villages, and I got one that I want to build, but I'm having trouble getting motivated. I did a video about that. Like, how do you get motivated when you're not motivated? You know what I mean? So I'm just putting it on the back burner for now, but I will. I'll get into it. So I thought about maybe one thing that would motivate me is I thought I would do something that I brought in, like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. No, it'd be more than 10 years ago. When I had my old original Jimmy Rant's channel, I created this character based off of this funny movie back in the 1960s that when I was a child, it was my all-time favorite comedy. And it was a Jerry Lewis movie. And it was called The Nutty Professor. And he played this character where he was like he was a college professor, but he was like a chemist. And he was like one of these 98-pound weaklings, and he wanted to be, strong and cool with the ladies. So he came up with a chemical that he could drink, and all of a sudden it would turn him into this real suave, cool guy. It turned him into a guy named Buddy Love. It's really a funny movie. Well, when I was a kid, it impressed me so much, I always wanted to try to learn if I could do Jerry Lewis's accent, or whatever you call it, the way in that he used this Julius Kelp was the character that Jerry Lewis played. And he talked kind of really funny. And I thought it was so cool. So I said, I wonder if I could learn how to do Julius Kelp's voice. And so I worked at it and I got it kind of close, I think. And so when I did, I used to do it all the time because all the kids loved it. They loved it when I went into this Julius kind of mindset. They thought it was funny. And so, being the kid, I thought, well, hey, that's cool. The kids like it, so I'll do it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm thinking about whenever I'm building some villages or sharing something about villages here on this channel, I thought about, well, why don't I do something crazy? And rather than Jimmy Rant's build the village, why don't I let the character that I kind of created, let him build the villages. And so it would be family friendly, no cussing. So if you wanted the kids to come in and watch how a Christmas village is being built, or me sharing maybe some tricks and tips on how to build this village, that'd be okay. It's family entertainment. And so what I did, I'm just going to tell you now, I ordered a little cheap lab coat, and I ordered, which will be coming today, some glasses, these big old thick black glasses, kind of what Julius wore in The Nutty Professor. And so we're going to let Jimmy Rant's twin brother Julius come into the scene. It's satire, it's for fun, and we'll see if it works. And if you absolutely hate it, I'll stop doing it, okay? But I want to be, I want to do a little something different. I want to be like a full service channel where you get a little ranting, you get some emotional stories, true stories. Like I've shared a lot of painful crap with you people, man, that I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Again, and I don't mean this to come out wrong, folks, but I created this channel to help me, not so much you, but me, because I needed this channel to help me break off the barriers of loneliness. I'm not used to being alone. This is a social situation for me. This allows me to feel like I'm communicating and talking to people. I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out and I don't hang out in bars, and I don't hang out in bowling alleys, and I'm not into twisting wrenches underneath the greasy hoods until I scrape my knuckles, and they bleed. I'm not into that. I like to be now at 71, almost 72, just a normal old man, a civilized guy who wants to enjoy the rest of my life. So don't get upset when I drag out this character from time to time that I call Julius Rant. He's he's my twin brother, and he kind of talks like this, actually. He's like a scientist kind of guy. And I thought it would be a lot of fun. Thank you if you lasted this long. If you did, you're a hell of a friend of mine. Thank you, guys. I'm Jimmy Rance.